He is cut water.
He's that guy.
And I told him, I was like you already know you are. Like you've been in here for like what, a year and a half. And like the reason why you came to work here was because you wanted to design for them. Because he had interviewed like
oh, that was like kind of like your reasoning.
Yeah, like he had interviewed like early on and they didn't accept him, but they did hire him as a coach staff. So I was like, you have become the company. Like everyone knows you on the higher ups. Like,
dude, I knew him just by looking at him. I was like,
he gives
this
off,
guy must be Sean.
No, he gives off that. He has like I told him like you have a certain type of energy, like people just like and like, I think if you just be you, like you'll be perfectly fine.
That guy.
That'd be lit though. I could see him generally as
Mr. Cutwater.
As being like the person who changes Cutwater. I could see it. I really could see it.
We definitely play Warzone again.
Destiny. Destiny.
But Warzone is so tried and true.
You're bringing out the anger in me.
we need to.
Maybe we need to remember. We remember
like we get the you, me, Derek, Joe, Sai.
It was definitely a bonding moment.
Did Jazz ever play with Jazz? Played with
he
us.
Did.
Yeah, Jazz played with us.
Nerys. You got everyone to play.
You got everyone to play.
You got everyone to play. Who else we get to play? I think we got like a lot of random people. Did we play with the Sad ever?
I don't know.
I think we might have. We played with the. Didn't we play with a girl?
But who would it be?
It has to be some.
I don't know.
Okay, what are you doing?
Got a show one night. Yeah, go get your food. Mm-hmm. See if this works. Hold on, where accessible.
I typed in the reason it was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
You ever like just like moment when you're like
Really?
moments when you're alone where you just like ask yourself like are you proud of yourself? Like do you feel like you're proud of yourself? Do you feel that?
Oh, you asked him that?
Yeah. Like, I'm asking you though, like do you ever feel like proud?
Oh yeah, of course. Dude, I was like talking about my music the whole time.
That's good. No, was it before? I would never feel that, but now I feel it.
Yeah, it's like I just want to show this off.
No,
I just want to share it with you.
Yeah. Since I moved into
this dude, let me show you this real quick. Because I was talking with everyone. I talked with another creative director. Like he was like our age.
Oh, he was younger?
I forgot how old he is, but this is him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's definitely got that vision.
No, dude, we were talking about because what he was doing was he was like the creative. He was like he's kind of like the social media filmer for another coach.
Okay.
So I talked to him because I saw him like he wasn't really part of the event. He was just there because he needed to film footage for someone else.
Yeah.
Oh, and I talked to another guy too, like another creative like. He runs a creative agency as well.
See, this is what I'm trying to realize though, is like I just want to do that.
Like, yeah.
Like my goal now is just like
but I was talking to him and then we were kind of just like talking about what we do. I talk about my music and then what he does is they do like coffee, like I forgot what it's called, but like these coffee events where they have tastings. It's like a brewery, but they bring it to a home and people just go to the home and do like coffee like hangouts. This would be good for Chizoku.
Mhm.
Yeah, but he's like into coffee, which is cool. This guy.
Yeah, I just want a free life now.
Yeah.
Let me just work for everyone.
Let me show you this guy.
That's my goal right now. Just work for everyone.
Oh, and then so this guy was my coach's like it's his like agency that he's working with. Um, but he was there too as kind of like the coach slash he was like filming footage for
Mhm.
the event and this is his like
Oh, that's good. He has like
yeah.
a whole like
Yeah. And what we did is he's doing out free sessions. So we filmed like a YouTube like intro video for
yeah.
my business YouTube channel.
That was great.
Yeah, it's gonna be funny because it's so high quality. It's gonna like be so different than my other like my normal videos.
Did you have the camera set up and everything?
Yeah, dude. I asked. Yeah, so we're talking about like gear and stuff. But he's cool. Um, but yeah, what were you saying about belief?
I think if you genuinely believe, it's like if you give into the delusion.
Yeah,
That's what I'm feeling right now. I'm giving into the delusion.
yeah,
I'm on the cusp. But I think if you just like, it's not about chasing. I feel like it's like about it's gonna come.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I know it's gonna come when the time comes, and when that time comes, I'll be ready.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's really determined by your belief.
yeah.
But yeah, I set this intention in the beginning, right?
Okay.
And I was talking about my win. Like first thing was like,
Is this like a question you ask? You're like, hey, like,
that was like what I set my intention.
well, I want to read through this stuff.
That's my wins. It's my personal stuff.
It's okay. You can tell me.
So let's go to the first lesson.
Um,
First lesson is about like how do we get to what we want, right?
yeah.
So a lot of people. So this is the sequence, but a lot of people what they do is they think they have to do certain things so that they can have certain things so that they can be this way.
Okay.
For example, like, oh, if I build my business, I'll have a lot of money and then I'll be happy. Right? But that's not how it works. Right?
Yeah.
Because everyone knows money does not buy happiness.
But
So
are you just gonna tell me that it's like you already are that?
yes. Like,
Like,
or no,
like
you're not.
You already are happy. You already are happy because you get to do whatever.
Kind of, but like
And because of that, you're gonna
kind of.
you're gonna have whatever.
It's not that you're already happy. That it's like you have to feel happy by being aligned with who you actually want to be. Right.
Right. Do you ever get the problem of like where like do you coach people through like how to be happy with what they're doing? Or would like is there like an approach to that? Do you have to
Give me an example of
reposition
that.
Well, let's say like I was having trouble like let's say I was in a creative block, right? I love what it is that I'm doing, but I don't want to create anything.
That's up to you.
Or I don't want to take that.
But
I don't want to take that next step. That would make me. I think like what. Trying to think of like how you because I feel like you do music teachers, right? What would that be for this? What would it be? Or you just use a music teacher case. Like let's say like I had a class, I want to increase my sales, but I don't want to take I don't want to do what it takes to do that.
Like I don't want to do
like you're giving suggestions and the person is just like, oh, do I really have to do that?
Oh, okay. And they're kind of like hesitant.
Yeah.
Is there a reason for that? Or actually, it doesn't really matter. But like, I mean, they're paying me for a reason to like keep them accountable for their goals first and foremost, right? Making sure that they like I help them stick to what they said they would do and be aligned with that. But yeah, that's where the leadership comes into play. That's where you're kind of like, you're in a sense being their cheerleader. You're believing in them. You're giving them belief when they don't have any at all. And again, at this, like the whole reason for this is that the more belief you have, the more money you make. So I'm giving my belief to you. And so it comes in the form, it can come in the form of cheerleading, it can come in the form of like accountability. Does that answer your question? Okay.
I was preparing you for a client that was going to be like that. Have you ever had someone like that?
Yeah.
I like your answer though. You're just like, you're paying me for this reason. Are you trying to lie to yourself or something? Like, do you really want this or what?
So, like we said before, it's about the sequence, right? Okay. So you do this first. First, we have to be the person that is able to do the right things in order to have the. First, we gotta.
They do the things.
Yeah, it's like
to have those things,
they think they will be something, right?
That's so interesting. No, can we talk about
it's
that?
Like,
isn't that interesting?
If I build a business, get a lot of money, and then
I'll
be able to.
But then, do you feel like it separates? Like, there's two different types of people, because there are like, people that just want to have things versus doing stuff like people that just do their job to do their job, or that people who are like really like in love with their job.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. People think like, oh, if
I know that's crazy though, like how people think,
Yeah, it's not that crazy.
It's not crazy. It's they don't want to do the work, associated.
Well, that's where people have different levels of belief. So
okay, I'm listening.
Yeah. So it starts with So it all starts with the heart, right? And everything's better in a pyramid. But we could make this a ladder. We can make this a roadmap. It's literally the same thing. So
reeled in.
So first, it comes from the heart, right?
Huh.
Like and that's how, like, physiologically.
Okay, so
physiology. That's your physiology, like your, like how you feel, right? Your emotions.
Yeah.
That's where it comes first, right? Other people like lots of coaches are always asking, oh, what's the best strategy? What's the best strategy? What should I do? Right? If we start off with the do, then we're going back to this old sequence. Yeah. Right? So we start with the be. Who do we want to be emotionally, physically,
right,
mentally,
right?
Right, and then it kind of goes into mentally.
It's just like addressing like your ideal self, and you kind of like that's how you approach it.
Yeah. We'll get to the more tactical things a little bit more.
Okay. Yeah. This is literally what I was thinking of the other day. I'm just literally, it's crazy.
Good.
Shower. It's a good shower.
So yeah, it starts from the heart, right, and how you feel. So that's like taking care of yourself physically, taking care of yourself mentally, like making sure you have breaks, making sure that you have boundaries and standards, right? And then next is the head, right? With psychology. It's like your mindset, pretty much. Right? And then we go to the hands, your skills, right? Your actual tactical marketing skills. Like for music, you could be like super talented.
Yeah.
But if you don't know how to like work efficiently or work hard, like how, like then
you need the balance. You need the balance. You can't have this one or the other.
Yeah. So like the head part, right? The head part psychology. I wrote this here. I think he gave us an example. He's like, how you perceive who you want to be determines your level, right? So if you're always thinking, rich people are blank, what do you think of? Like truthfully, right now.
The first word that comes to mind is just like
snobby, yeah,
rude.
Yeah. So if you have that mindset, or oh, rich people are snobby, like that energy is just gonna stop you from
from being
ever wanting to be
whatever,
rich.
Yeah, that's good.
Right? If you're like, oh, rich people are terrible, why I wouldn't want to be rich if I believe that,
Yeah.
right? And people are like, oh, I want money, but then they're believing that it's like it's that it's like it's just the energy that's stopping you, the energy. Um, so I put like a little practical example that I could teach from the clients. So like music teachers are like learning. If you have a mindset where it's like music teachers are poor, why do you think you'll ever like be able to make money if you believe that you're supposed to be poor?
Yeah.
Or music teachers are disrespected, right? It's like if you believe that, then that's how you're gonna always feel.
Mhm.
So, and then I put like another thing as well.
That's like a good exercise.
So I really
to
like.
just write those out.
So let me show you this real quick. I really like this lesson. Um, it's map of consciousness. Um, okay, so let's take a look at this. So first off, this is a book. I need to read that. This is a book rec. So I wrote here, your vibe is changing, so your messaging needs to as well. So we're talking like marketing now, right? So if you're evolving in your life, you're obviously your messaging, like how you communicate with your audience, needs to change too, right? So it's like, for example, in the beginning, like I used to teach beginner piano students. So the way that I would speak in my content would be targeted. What I would want to target beginner piano students, like for example, start your piano journey, or start your music journey, or something like that. Like start, that word start, the language that you use.
Introductory.
Yeah. So it's gonna naturally attract more beginners. But if that's
what
what I want,
well, like what if you want to more advanced?
it could be like level up your piano journey.
Oh,
like that, master your piano journey. Because when you're a beginner, you're not kind of like just master something, right? But if you've been doing this for a while,
that's
you have
true.
Or
yeah. Let's do that.
So yeah, your messaging needs to change. So we did like an example. We did this like exercise about two coaching avatars. Like one was like the bad one of them was like the successful one.
Yeah.
Right. So with the bad one, right, it's the question asked was like, what's the name of John, right? John lives in this survival paradigm right here. He lives in shame. Let's just say that.
Which one's John again? Is he the one
that's
bad,
like
the bad coach?
Yeah, the bad coach. And then we listed all the things that like, what would John do in like his marketing? How would it show up in his content? How would he show up in front of his clients? And then like, it's just I forgot the answers. That's not the important thing that I want to do. But the fact is, if you live in a state of shame, right, that energy is going to be carried out through your content.
Yeah.
If you live in a state of fear, if you're just always so scared, so anxious about things, it's going to show up in your content. Well, if a coach that is fearful or anxious or shameful or guilty, like, well, how would they be? Maybe a scenario. How would they be speaking to a prospect in a sales call if they get an objection? Like, let's say I give you an objection, and you are John who's feeling that internally.
Yeah.
How would you respond to me from getting an objection? Say, oh yeah, it sounds kind of good, but it's like really expensive.
And if I was John?
Yeah. How would John respond? You can give a quote or describe.
I can't imagine it's in a positive thing though.
Yeah, what would it be?
Shame.
Yeah, what would it be? It's like a natural reaction in shame or guilty or more like fear.
Is it like internal or can it be like external? Can I apply the shame onto someone else?
No. Like, how would I respond if I was feeling that way? I'll just give you like an example. So like, let's just say the prospect's like, so like that's a lot of money. Um, John would be like, he would be very like reactive to that. He'd be like, wait, no, we can make it work. Right, it's like needy. He
survival.
feels
Oh,
needy.
so he's
He
willing.
feels
He's willing.
he's in that survival mode where he needs the money, right? And it goes
Right.
all the way up to here. And I wrote, the shift happens when you live through courage.
Yeah.
So, let me see if I can explain this.
It's like
If
having
you
the
live,
confidence in yourself.
if you live a life where you are always practicing courage, doing, courage like doing the right thing.
Yeah. It's just
Like,
like
even if
doing
it's
courageous
scary.
things, whatever.
Yeah,
it may
courageous
be,
things.
yeah.
When you live with courage, doing things that push your boundaries, you're going to share that energy, or you're naturally going to attract
That
other
energy,
people
yeah.
with
'Cause
courage,
yeah.
people who are ready to buy,
Yeah.
people who are willing to buy. That's like, those people are.
You put out, you
courageous.
get what you put out.
Yeah.
literally,
No,
no, but
but
it
they
makes
did.
sense. Like
The
that's
saying they use is like your vibe attracts your
good.
tribe.
Yeah, no, but I do believe that the energy you put out is the energy you receive. So
Exactly. It's literally
'Cause
backed
you're
by
gonna-
science because of vibrations, right? And the example my coach uses is that, if you have a tuning fork that is like, say like A440, tune that to A440, and you have another tuning fork at like A480 or something like that. Like just a few hertz off, right? If you ring this one will not vibrate. But if you have two matching ones, A440, you ring this one,
it'll vibrate.
this one will vibrate because of the frequency, right? So same thing with our energy, literally in frequencies. But yeah, so the way to do that is by living courageously. Like, just it could be small things, like it could be small things like playing, like going on a hike on a mountain that you feel like you want to be able to last, right? And then you get to the top and like, wow, that was awesome. I showed myself I could do it. Maybe something like that, or it could be like going back to the time when you were a kid and playing, right? Like when we used to play Warzone.
Okay.
That's very courageous. So we should do
You're
that.
putting yourself out there on the battlefield. Okay.
No, it's the fact that we go back to the times when things were so much innocent, right?
I know, but there's even like the intricacies of, let's say, like you're like you're pushing someone, and you're like you decide to be the first one that pushes from the team. That's courageous. You're biting the bullet. You're like, I'll take it. I'll be the one that makes the move. Okay. Yes. I see what you're talking about. But it's a mindset. You can find anything courageous.
Yeah, exactly. But then also applies. It has to apply and be congruent in all of your life.
But yeah.
So it has to be. You have to do that. If you're gonna do it like outside in your personal life, you got to do it in your business life too. The courageous thing is like getting a mentor when you feel like, oh, this investment is gonna be like, is it gonna be worth it, right?
Yeah. I think it is. I think if you think of like your ideal self, like even me, like if I want to become like this really cool designer, I need to have someone that I can like lean on.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like, thank you for running ideas for me or whatever. But
so it just goes up, right? And then if you live in this, like, in the spectrum, you keep going up, right? Live in peace. That's high vibrational. Then the last one's enlightened. Yeah, Buddha. That's
retirement right there. That's retirement right
Jesus.
there.
But like, it makes sense though. Like the religions are like enlightened.
It's crazy. Did I tell you I had my cutwater orientation today? It was a really interesting experience because I don't even care about like the orientation part, like or whatever. But it's more so like how they speak about the brand.
And they're very passionate about it.
Yeah, like I was like, okay, like I want to see why like Cutwater is so successful, and I get the opportunity like of this like 8-hour day or whatever to meet everyone in leadership.
That's cool.
And so I got to meet everyone, and I'm like, I was just like, there's this one guy. I can't remember his name. Earl. His name is Earl. But he's like a mascot, dude. He's hilarious. But he's just like
What's his role?
he was like played a key part in like he does sales. He's like, I could sell anything to anyone. I know I can. He's like, I'll be cutthroat about it too. Like, I will get what I want. And like, he's looking dead serious, and I was like, I believe you. Like, you are.
Oh, it's like the certainty.
No, he has that it factor. He just played a huge part in like when they sold Cutwater to like AB and Bev, big company or whatever, like $1 billion. And he said like someone asked a question like, you don't have to come into work or something. He's like, some days you just wake up and you just want to cause damage. And this is one of those times.
Who is he?
Like, he's that guy. Like, he just like, he's so funny.
Is he like a old guy, like wisdom, or is he like younger guy?
He's definitely older. I mean, he's like 50s, okay, or 60s now. But he's just
like he's got experience.
No, he's definitely like he makes the brand. But it's like I realized that like just looking at that, it's like if I like wanted to work at these like certain places, like you need to honestly believe that like you believe in yourself 100%. Like you become a character. Like, that guy was a character for me. For real. Like he reached enlightenment then. He actually reached enlightenment. He became someone. He's the guy that came up with the passing around knives. Because the original idea, you know how every Cutwater, I showed you my Cutwater knife.
Oh yeah.
Everyone has a knife. But like originally, like one of the executives was like, oh, I want to pass around instead of it wasn't knives before. He wanted to pass around like coins.
Oh,
like,
okay.
like military whatever. It's like, that's so stupid. Who's gonna use a damn coin? He's like, we're knives. Pull up the knives. He's like, some of this shit's like, you're part of the gang, affiliated. He's so funny. He's white too. It's hilarious.
Yeah. So a few other notes. Well, yeah, I wrote here, learn to be detached from the outcome, not from the actions.
Just keep doing the work.
Yeah, comes from.
I like this too. Nuri's taught me that. Like the language you present yourself, because before I used to talk like instead of saying your, like spelling it out like appropriately, I put you are.
Oh, I put you
or
are
like that type of stuff. But like he always talks about that to me. It's like he's like a.
Well, if I'm in a professional setting, I'm not, like in my setting where I'm like,
oh no,
just like I'm having like conversations with people. I'm just
like he would say it to me casual talk, so I stopped.
Who, Maurice?
Yeah, and like, why are you texting like that? Like, don't type it like that. Like, you're a grown adult. I don't know. It bothered me. It actually bothered me. Yeah.
Wait, what? Why?
Oh no. But yeah, that's why like I talk very proper in my text now. Put my periods in.
Okay. I have to look up his IG, holistic psychologist. Some few notes here. Oh yeah, right here. I want to talk about this one. Investing in yourself is a gift in itself. So he was telling us a story. So my coach's name is Dan, of course. Dan telling a story about how he purchased like coaching from a woman for $60K for 12 weeks of Voxer coaching, which is pretty much like, Voxer, the app. It's like it's like a WhatsApp, but like you can it's mainly for sending like voice notes and stuff. Like that's the type of coaching, just voice to voice type of thing, where anytime you want to ask questions, just send me a voice. And so it's 60K for 12 weeks, right? And what he learned from that was like, just the fact that he was able to spend 60K on like one coach for only 12 weeks, 3 months, is like the fact that he was able to do that, like it brings like a lot of gratitude to you. And that also like gives you like it also gives you that push that you
It's a
need.
test.
It's a test. Yeah, exactly. It becomes like a test. And that's like people at that level, they're really like they're throwing money at themselves because they're just seeing like how much can I spend and
make a
return on that. Exactly. That's the game. But yeah, that's so. But that I mean that is true for everyone. It doesn't. You don't have to paying 60 grand in order to do that. But like, and like when you buy when you bought your first game system, how proud of yourself were you when you paid that with your own money?
I got my car.
I do. I showed you my iPod one. I was so proud of that. Like that, investing in myself
My
was a
DS.
gift.
My DS.
Yeah, like dude, I bought all my games.
Yeah. No, you definitely feel proud, but it's like in that moment. Like I think that's another thing I was noticing in the patient thing, like because they're talking about like the hardships. Just like at some point, I felt like he probably didn't know it, like unconsciously, like he loved that moment of uncertainty.
Yeah. They
like you need to
you start feeling.
Yeah, you need to become a person where
because they can become so.
You recognize it, right? You're like, oh, like this is those moments. And like I'm so ready to do it again.
Exactly.
You know?
It's like,
like you don't be scared.
No, what I think too is that like the people who have so much belief, they become numb. Whereas like, dude, I think I can do everything, but like, what can't I do?
Yeah.
But then everything that they do, like the belief beats the unbelief, right? It's like
it's weighing
dang, like what if I need to find something I can't do, and they do it, and they like make it work. And it's like, dang it, like I could do that too. Yeah, it becomes a challenge. I mean, that's a game of life right there.
It's only like clicking right now though for me. It's okay.
But we're pretty young. Like I was like I was one of the youngest people there. Like everyone was like, "Oh, how old are you?" There's another lesson or another speaker. It was funny because she was like, she's probably like, I don't know, like 50, 60 or something like that. But she's like, she's still kind of like figuring it out. She's still kind of like her thing is that her offer is that she helps women like start that new chapter in their life, like when they're like kind of like middle aged.
Oh, just like anything.
Yeah, kind of like start that new chapter in your life. Like I just want to like change my life. And start. Okay. And so she had a talk there as well. But it's funny because she's like, "You're the son I never had." I'm dead. And then it was so funny because like, she was like, there's like a copywriting session that we had, and then like the coach there, he's saying like, he used the term like Chad Rammer or something like that. She's like, guys, I looked up Chad Rammer and I still don't know what I mean. And she's like, I just learned from my daughter about Riz. Yeah, I know, she's very close. But yeah, so it's like right here, if we don't believe in ourselves, it's hard to be courageous. Like she shared like kind of like an analogy story where it's like there's a tightroper crossing Niagara Falls, right? And there's a whole crowd watching him do that, right? So he tightropes across Niagara Falls. Everyone's like, "Whoa, yay!" And then he's like, "Hey, if I crossed it again backwards, do you think I could do it?" And everyone's like, "Yeah, you can do it." So he does it, and he makes it. And everyone's like, "Woo!" He's like, "All right, if you can," he asked the crowd like, "Do you think I can cross the Niagara Falls but with a wheelbarrow?" And I was like, "Yeah, you got it." And then do it. And then he does it, right? And then crowd cheers. And then it's like, "Do you think I could do it backwards now?" And they're like, "Yeah, you can do it." And then he crosses it and he does it, right? And the crowd goes wild. Yeah. And then he's like, all right, what I want to do is I want to take one of you, put you in the wheelbarrow and cross it. Do you think I could do it? And everyone's like, woo, yay. And then he's like, all right, who wants to go? And then nobody does it, right? So that's kind of like us. we're always like, yeah, I believe I can do it.
Yeah.
But if you don't truly believe
Mhm.
that you can do it, it's not gonna work, right? You can't lie to yourself.
Yeah.
So
I think, yeah, you gotta like, yeah, dream it, honestly. If you dream it, that means you know fully like what is like what you're gonna be responsible for.
yeah,
And I think at that point it's more so like are you able to accept the sacrifices, the responsibility that you hold,
yeah, exactly,
like,
exactly.
your lifestyle.
You're all we're really doing is just trading problems. Like, which problems are you willing to have?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So, day one summary. Know what language to use to attract people of the same frequency, right? Like, use courageous words, not words that are out of fear and shame in your copywriting. Speak to my audience from courage. Power meets power. My goal of what I want for my biz is to normalize. It's so normalized for others. Like, it feels impossible for them not to not make money. Like, that's what I felt from the other entrepreneurs. Like those are making like 100K, 200K per month. Like it's so normalized for them, right? So, like, their belief is like higher because they've experienced what it feels like to make that money.
Yeah. They want something more beyond
just
the money.
Yeah,
It's beyond
it's like
the
they
money.
literally just unlocked something.
Yeah.
And then I put here, everything starts in the heart. I need to start my day through my heart. That starts with discipline, with sleeping early.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only 9. If I stay true to my creative self, everything will walk. But yeah, any questions with day 1? So day 2, we had Hamza, the YouTuber.
That's like
Yeah. So I took some notes from. He's like, he was doing like Q&A with the coach, like stuff. But first thing is like, what is the true impact on my clients, right? Like, a big reason why like he started and continued YouTube was that he's like saw the lives that he was changing through the comments. And he's like, he was inspiring a lot of people from like Pakistan from his home, because they're like, oh, this like this guy from Pakistan can speak English so well. How does he do that? And then right here, get really close to your audience, help people for free because I love them. Be vulnerable and be your real self, even if it's scary to talk about. It's in the right direction. So like, a lot of the times he was like create a YouTube video around like a certain topic, and then his mom would see the video and she'd be like, no, you can't talk about this, like, what is like the family gonna think of us and stuff like that. And he used that as a gauge for if his mom had to say that about the video, he knew it was good. Let's see, what's this one? Oh yeah, so he's talking about his like YouTube strategy. He said, be the bro next door. So he's like, things that are blowing up now, unedited stuff, raw stuff, and the whole like Mr. Beast style, that is good if you are trying to get a bunch of views and like really want to be stuck to the metrics. But if you really want to grow on YouTube and have a strong connection with your audience so that you can sell your offer to them, then you need to have more of like a connection to your audience. So that means don't be all fancy, because people will think that's like very like corporate. But the
just
culture of YouTube
is money
grabbing.
It's not like honest or like
authentic.
That's authentic is a good word, but it's like the idea, like it gives the appearance that you're just doing it to help, like, or not just to help, but trying to think how it, like, you're doing it for yourself.
Yeah,
you already have what it is that you want. You're just sharing. You're sharing. You're not doing something for like a service. It's you're just sharing.
When you're like casual, right?
Yeah,
exactly. It's why vloggers are so popular. But that's So like it makes sense. Like remember, like my YouTube channel is like it blows up and people like it because it's just the whole raw footage.
Yeah. But people love that stuff. Yeah, I wish design did that. I would love that stuff.
Yeah. No, I was telling people about that. I was like, dude, you should just like
It's just
record like when you're writing copy for someone, just record it and post that. And he's like, and I'm like, dude, just do it. Like,
yeah.
Let's
Like,
see.
it's great to see the process.
Yeah,
because you have something to learn from it.
yeah, exactly. Like even if there's no no focus involved with it, like even if they're not teaching, like, you still learn.
You're seeing how you can see like there's one guy that I watch every now and then for design because he actually streams his process, but it's just like what I like seeing most is like when he runs into problems. You know, like it's not something that it's like common to talk about in design, but it's just like you could see him like run into a problem. He's like, okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna make like another version and I'm gonna pair. He's like, you know what? I'm just like leaning towards this one more. I'm gonna take this one. But he just moves on, makes a decision, moves on.
So like, there's like a guy who's like, it's like one of the fastest growing YouTubers right now. Like just like right now, I forgot what it is. It's like, never mind. But like we saw like we checked out one of his videos. He had like 2.2 million subscribers or 2 point something million, I think, in like 2 months or something. I don't know.
What's he do? What content?
He did like fitness content. But like the whole video is him in the car vlogging, like he's driving and he's just like talking about what he's gonna do with the workout, like explaining his thoughts. Then during the workout,
I know the guy.
what's the guy?
He's like a bodybuilder.
Yeah, yeah. What's the name?
Okay. Bodybuilder. No, I definitely like came across his shorts. He makes shorts too.
Oh, okay.
Really accessible, but yeah, he just like he gives you like a little preview of like him driving in the car to the gym, and he just give me a run like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
It shows him like engaging with fans, just doing his thing.
Yeah,
just talking.
He's just talking, like he's just explaining his like thought process.
Yeah,
but it's like just that raw footage, and like that's why he's going so quickly.
Yeah, everyone watches. He's huge. That kid is huge. A big man.
Yeah. What makes me happier, be on YouTube or something like that. Don't overthink. Keep the YouTube game to a minimum. So he's pretty much saying like people obsess over the stats and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like don't even worry about the stats when you're just starting. Only if you're trying to be Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what he said is that YouTube headlines literally copy other headlines word for word, but don't copy the video. Like that is the strategy.
Just copy the headline.
Like you will get a significantly amount of views if you just copy the exact headline. So it's kind of like, but he's like, it's funny because once you start doing it, you start learning how everybody does it. Yeah. As well. Because there'll be like 3-4 different videos of the same title, but the key is to don't copy the video. Yeah, people will figure that out. Yeah, if your video is different, then people are just like, oh, it's okay, so it's a different video. Let's see. So some lessons here. Profit is king. So that just means like, you know, you can, because he spends like $800 a day on video editors. Because there was a time when he was posting $800 a day.
Worth it, I would say. It's not
But
easy.
no, but each video in return would only get like $300-400.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
You're still paying them?
Like it's the return. Like, but he had so many video editors because each video required so much editing, like animations and cuts and stuff like that. But he said now he's going back to the raw, like just phone to the camera, no edits, just straight up talking to them. And like he fired a lot of his editor team so that he can have more profits. Right. Don't isolate yourself. Like, don't go into like a bad monk mode where you shun people. Keep up relationships. Yeah. Any questions with that one? Okay, next one. This one on content creation. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's go to this one. So here's a little bit of a content lesson. But first, get a tablet.
Can you share the sponsor of the video?
Do we have the green tea? I don't have anything I don't have the bag, man. I don't have the bag. The Chazoku. Do you have it?
We need to get it.
Do you have it?
No, I don't have it.
All right, guys. Well, today is sponsored by Chazoku
Wait,
matcha. Right. Matcha. Supercharged matcha tea. If you are somebody that enjoys consuming matcha beverages on the daily, then try this brand out. This is our good friend Jazz's company.
Supercharged.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the benefits real quick.
Yeah.
So, if you are like an avid matcha drinker, right, but you don't want to have to keep going to the cafe, so that you're always spending like $5 a matcha, right?
Yeah.
And then it's really sometimes. Oh, this is a for sure fact. Like sometimes you go to the matcha cafe and it's really inconsistent, right? Now you're kind of like anxious when you go to the matcha cafe because you're gonna be like, are they gonna get it right this time? Like,
don't forget about that drive too.
You gotta drive
over there too. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a whole process. You have to plan out your day.
Exactly.
Take away
sometimes like like with a lot of avid matcha drinkers too. I know how they like have a routine with it as well. It's almost like if I don't like for coffee drinkers, same habits with matcha drinkers. Like they're like, oh, I need my matcha fix, or else my whole day is gonna get ruined. It's like a ritual. But especially with the people who are doing it at home, right? Like, so that's people who are going out and getting matcha. Like for you all, just like make matcha at home instead.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
To save
convenience.
Exactly.
Why drive to a matcha place when you could do something else?
You can get the consistent taste, but it's also a good consistent taste, right? It's gonna be better than what you get at the cafe because it's what the cafe actually
have
uses.
we even touched on the contents of the product itself?
Why
we choose
why it's so good?
Yeah.
Well, let's look at the benefits real quick.
They definitely made improvements to the website. I like it.
That was good. Dude, it gives like very zen vibes.
It's getting there. One of these days I'm gonna just throw something at them.
Reduces stress, improves memory, removes anxiety, and productivity. Well, mission. Look at the Zoku right here. You know that Zoku is family in Japanese.
Yeah. Tea family.
That's it. Jazoku. Smart. Problems that we face. Problem solvers. So you can actually see like not just the problems they fix, but like why, like what's in the matcha that actually does that. Very scientific based. Award winning as well. It's one of those only packaged matchas that get their matcha from Japan. Actually, I don't know if it's the only, but at least they do that, right? It's actually real like matcha.
It's sourced from
it's sourced from Japan. Yeah, I don't know if it's the only one. I don't want to count for the sponsor, but yeah, over 1,000 members of the Zoku.
Yeah.
Let's wait. Is there more?
Let's show the product. Is there a way to?
Yeah, I think we can go to for the checkout.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like that. Literally. Oh, you can get a sample size now. Okay.
Like that.
Wait, yeah,
That's
you should just
smart.
try it.
That's good.
Wait, what? Why don't we? Yeah,
that's good.
Wait, no, Jazz is literally here. We can get Zoku anytime now.
Okay.
3 bags.
But if you want to try it, just get the 5
Yeah,
times sample
what I
size.
think is
Definitely worth it.
yeah, get the sample size and then probably get 3 bags. Cause like if you are already drinking matcha, just like commit to it, right?
Mhm.
90-day promise as well, right? That'll probably last you 3 months. You can try all of those. If you don't like it, get the money back guarantee.
Yeah, that's actually a really good deal. People should buy this.
With
3 bags for
Mhm.
34. That's cheaper than just one.
Wait, that's actually so true.
Oh, you definitely get
Wait,
it.
no. It's 34 per bag.
Oh, okay.
That's still good deals.
Hmm.
So much more than matcha. Oh, there we go. This is what you're looking for, right?
Yeah.
The ceremonial grade matcha. Like they do ceremonies with that.
Yeah.
Must be good.
Holy.
Yeah,
Holy spirit.
monk fruit as well. And like
All natural. Yeah.
enlightened.
All natural.
What's up, son?
The tyrosine. That's the thing that gives like the energy that matches the coffee.
Oh.
Yeah. The natural.
Is that like the caffeine?
I don't know. Great question. The stress reducer though.
Yeah. I think that might be the caffeine. I don't know. But like that's why it's called supercharge, right? It's
yeah.
kind of like a substitute for coffee, but also like a pick me up for matcha drinkers. Vanilla extract. You pronounce that one?
Taurine. Oh,
Taurine. Yeah. Look at the reviews. And they have a nice Instagram as well. Any thoughts on the sponsor?
No. Social media game looking good. My
I know.
God.
Love, right?
Hey, how many subscribers or followers do you have now?
Hey, they're popping.
Okay. Okay.
They go to testimonial.
This is great.
Aesthetic.
All right. Well, that was Chazovia.
Mhm.
I'll leave my comments for off stream, off video.
So here's the next lesson, right? Oh, Greek and Latin.
You giving me the English lecture right now? This
Yeah.
the English period.
Mhm. So in our content, we need to have all 3 of these. Right? Ethos is like you, trusting you. Right? People don't buy what you sell, they buy who you are. And most people, this is something I have to work on with my content, but I need to like post more of like my personal content, helping people get to know my story and like why I started. So we need to speak from our core identity, and that involves talking about our vision. Why do I do what I do? Include that in your content. Beliefs. What beliefs are unique to me, right? And then, like for me, the traditional studio isn't for everyone. Like the traditional way of like growing music studios, like teaching 40 students a month or 40 students a week, right? But you're also not earning, but still not earning the money that you need. When you have like group program now, and you have like an online course with your music studio, like you can take on more students and not have to work as much. And then your personality, you put in your personality in that as well. The question you can ask yourself is like, what are the 3 personality traits that I want to show in my marketing? Next one is pathos, right? So pathos is like feeling. And the mistake that a lot of people make with their content is they position themselves as the hero. Whereas we need to position ourselves as the guide, right? So an example of what the hero, like someone speaking from a hero complex.
It's like the idea of like it's granted to them.
It's like those Lamborghini guys who like show off. Like, oh yeah, look at me.
Yeah.
And I want like if you want to be like me, then then buy my course or something like that. The guide is like the person that shows people the way. He's the Yoda, right? It's not about Yoda. It's about Luke Skywalker's journey, right? So we need our audience, Luke Skywalker, to We need to be the Yoda, guide him to it's all about you, the hero.
Yeah.
Right? That's where our content needs to be speaking like the audience is the hero. Right? That comes from building a story brain. The book. So what is the intention of sharing? I forgot what that was about. So this is our like message, our model, our message. So it's like, how do we help them go from problems to aspirations? Or had a random thought, but this is something I can talk about in my marketing. It's like burnt out teachers are so scared to go back to who they were that they are willing to stay in their same place rather than going forward.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
It's like I know I'm not going to go backwards if I don't move at all.
Mhm.
That's how a lot of teachers feel. And then some other questions to think about. Then logos. It's like now it's the logical part because people buy with emotions, but they justify that with logic. So first thing here is the offer. Or that's pretty much your offer, right? And your offer is made up of the outcome that the transformation that you give them, the benefits of it, and then like the logistics, like how we deliver it now.
Have you ever worked with clients that are just starting out? I feel like
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
you don't always have a look, you know.
Who are just starting out, like
Yeah.
I tend to not want to work with those because there are other people that help them. Like my skills are better suited for people who already are established.
Yeah.
I want to kind of take it to the next level. So what I have to be real clear on now in my messaging is not mixing between outcomes and benefits. So for example, like this is the outcome. Create a 6-figure studio without teaching 40 hours a week. But these are the benefits. And a lot of times people emphasize, like copywriters will emphasize more freedom, more of the time, ideal students, more. Whereas we always want to tie it back to this, always tie it back to, at the end of the day, yes, people want time. Yes, people want freedom. Yes, people want the right students. But the main thing that they want is money so that they can
Have this freedom.
have the freedom, right? And that's where it goes back to the original problem. In marketing, we have to speak to what the audience thinks that they want, right? And then we show them what they need, right? So we have to start to even catch their attention for them to even consume the message. We have to speak on things that they think that they want. Everyone thinks that they want money, but then as they go through our programs, right? What makes the program actually good is when we teach our clients, like, hey, it's not about the money. It's about like your happiness first, right? And because they paid us money, they're more willing to believe it because they made that like choice themselves, right? I'm gonna work with this person, I'm gonna see, like, I'm gonna learn from them, and if I like what they're teaching, then I'll take on that belief too. Because there's some people that just don't believe in the same thing that you do. That's where the problem clients come to play. It's not that either one of them is bad. It's just that the values don't align. That's it. But yeah, I need to be very clear on my outcome. And then this is the copywriting session. How to become a great copywriter, or it was more of like how I can show you that you are already a great copywriter, right? So the key here is that we want to like finish these sentences here, right? If I can make people believe that this new opportunity is the key to getting their desire, and it is only attainable through my program, through me, then I didn't finish like typing it all, so I forgot the last part. So it was pretty much like, then all other objections are like void. Like they won't have any objections, and working with me will be a no-brainer. Pretty much. So for example, if I can make people believe that if I can make people believe that you can create a 6-figure.
No, it's just you tell people that you can achieve your desire.
Like new opportunity as in like,
Oh, like
hey,
you
this
can create like
like
rewards.
what we want to be is we want to be different, right? So we
Yeah.
want to position and frame ourselves as a new opportunity rather than an improvement. Because people don't really like improvements. Like, yeah, I can get better, but people like the new shiny object. They like the
Yeah.
new discovery. I mean, that's what we ultimately what we want to do. We want to find new things. We want to find different things. So this new opportunity, right? If I can make crypto, if I can make people believe that crypto is the key to being super rich, and that's only attainable through my crypto course, then they'll have to buy from me. It's a no-brainer. So it's really like an equation. If you could do that through your writing, then you're like, it's yeah. There we go. You got it. So I wrote this. I forgot what that was about, but we just have like a kind of like a framework to help write some content, right? So IHOP idea. So first get your ideas, and in Dallas, the one who's teaching it, he's like, just go on YouTube and literally search up your like a creator in your space and see what headlines that they're using, and use that as your headline. Or actually, no, what he did was go to the most popular videos of like that you kind of look up to and see what headlines that they're using and adjust that title to your niche. So if we go to like,
Are you gonna give me like moist critical now?
No.
YouTube titles, all
Oh,
lowercase.
that's what I do for my for my music.
Stream,
But yeah, it's just like it's like
I have to finish this song today.
Yeah. But it gets like clicks.
No, no.
So for example, if we look up Hamza, and then right, do this every day to melt the fat away and build muscle. If I just change that to my niche, be like, do this every day. If you want to get consistent clients, right, or something like that. But yeah, it's just like that. The idea, YouTube is a great source for that to get headlines, and then you want to figure out the hook. So that's like right after the headline. What are you going to say to get people to keep reading, keep watching? That's like pretty much like, hey, why is this important? Right? Why is my message important right now? And then over deliver. You can do that through lists, just listing out things like top 3 ways to do this or something like that. Steps. Here are the key 3 steps, or like through stories, like stories analogies. And then post. And then, don't be discouraged if a post doesn't do that well. Like, you get that feedback from the audience. And I just had a reflection. I need to do more research when I do content. And then so there's just like another like idea for a headline that we're brainstorming. And then I just had the difference between hook versus headline. The headline captures the attention, and then the hook keeps the attention of the reader or of the watcher. Oh yeah, here's the key of like what makes good copy, right? If you can make people feel something, you will become a lethal copywriter. And it's the same thing like music. I wrote like the thought came out of my head. I was like, music's the same exact way, right? Music needs to make someone feel something. It might not be what I felt like, but it needs to make you feel some type of way. That's what makes music. And then in your copy as well, like talk to one person only. A lot of people think that they're on a pedestal or in front of a stage talking to an audience. If you want your content to connect to your reader more, like make it feel intimate. You're just talking to them one-on-one. And then drown in the emotion, right? Your copy should convey emotion, because a person on fire and tapped into an emotion will write better copy than someone that tries to follow all the rules of like, oh, my headline has to be this length, or
It's a peer professional or something like that.
Yeah, it's like in music, like someone who conveys their emotion through the music, it's gonna be better than someone who's just technically sound, right?
Yeah,
And that's why like
it's gonna give more character.
That's why like at like jazz, like they have like the emotion in there. That's why it's so good. Yeah. Even though they're all like really good as well. Then write a first person diary, or write what a first person diary sounds like. Like, what would it sound like if you want to get to know your audience more, like write a personal diary from your client avatar. What would they say? What would they think? You'll just come up with the language to what to use in your copy so that it becomes like relatable to them. And this is the key. This is the key to being able to have higher value in music. And you know, a lot of people think that music is like an extracurricular activity, but what we need to do is we need to communicate how do we solve survival needs through music, right? So if we take a look at this, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Let's talk about how does music solve these needs in each one. So physiological needs. Like what's a way you can frame music on?
Helps me sleep.
Yeah, helps me sleep. Right, it helps with my emotions, my anxiety.
Yeah, it helps me brush my teeth, or like helps me put clothes on.
Yeah, exactly.
Helps me get through my day.
Yeah, safety and security as well.
For music,
Yeah.
provides me with money.
Yeah, if you're a musician, you probably want to be a full-time musician and make your income from that. Like social ability as well. And then love and belonging.
Bring people together, you find your friends through it.
Yeah, the music community. So,
Yeah.
right, and then like self-esteem and self-actualization is like fulfillment. Like I need to play music because that's what fulfills me. That's what like why I'm meant to be here. That's like my purpose on earth. And that's like again the highest need for our needs. Like when we have all of this, it's only this to fulfill left. Right. That's how we complete get all the achievements. Any questions with being a copywriter? Do you believe you'd be a great copywriter?
I do. Remember, we're doing the like messaging brainstorm sessions for my school projects.
Oh
I
yeah,
love
yeah,
those
yeah.
days. I love making good copy.
Yeah. And then we had Ali Webb. She's the co-founder of Drybar. Heard of Drybar?
Yeah, that's like the one energy bar, right?
Yeah, it's like a bar, but it's like mainly specific for like blowouts.
Blowouts?
Yeah, for women. It's like a salon.
Oh, a dry. Oh, yeah.
Have you heard of it?
I know what a dry bar is. Yeah.
Okay. There's one on one Paseo here.
It's just like a salon type of thing.
It's a salon that specializes in blowouts because like apparently if you go to a salon, they like cut your hair. They can dye style you to blow out, and then like there's like a few steps, but then it's just focuses on the blowout, like the styling, straight hair to curly, straight. So I wrote a few notes of what she said. Money was never the driver for her, like building Drybar. It was always just like, yeah, I want to see what I can do. And then this is another speaker or another one of the coaches just like presenting, and he's talking about how he went from like 10K a month to like 100K a month in 7 months or something like that. And he's talking about like what he did in order to like make that shift, right? Like even his relationship with God, being authentic, have people ask me questions. I forgot why I wrote that, but then he just shared his like his system and things like that. Like I wrote here, the secret is that there is no secret. People who are really successful, like you ask them like, what's the secret? Like, there isn't. Yeah, just do the work. Just do what's needed, and then you'll get there. Really?
Obama said in some speech, it's like a lot of Americans don't know how to just do the work. Like that's why I'm here. That's why I became president.
That's Obama.
Yeah, I just got good at doing the work. Like he said, I got really good at just getting it done.
Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, he's just sharing more stuff. Just more lessons. Q&A. So we're just asking questions. For our coach, I think. And he said the most important words you can ever say to yourself. Like not now.
That's the most important.
No, not the most important, but like just like it's an important thing to think about when you are trying to go to that next like level. It's like not now, right? How good's your willpower? When there's a new shiny object, new opportunity, but you know you need to stick to the same path. Like, can you say no to that? Can you be like, can you just set it aside?
I hate you. No, I don't agree. That's why you're done.
What do you mean? No, I'll give you an example. Right? Like, let's just say you're trying to maximize your reach on Facebook, like your leads, but then you're like, oh, like let's just try TikTok, let's just try Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Let's just like, oh, I think I need to build a website, right?
Yeah.
It's like, no, not right now. Yeah, not right now. But yeah, and then this is how we kind of want to think about our business in a holistic point. So first, we want to think about like, what is your year going to be? What's the theme, right? And this is going to be your like North Star of like, what is going to be the theme, the season of your life here. So for you, what is the most important in my life right now that you want to carry over? Like, what's 2024
for next year?
Next 2024, what is going to be your theme of that year in terms of health, wealth, and relationships?
Health, wealth, and relationships. I'm gonna get closer with my family, friends, and then I'm gonna be more proactive about like communication and stuff. Like communication, I'm gonna work on communication, and then what is it for like creative type stuff? I'm gonna be someone that is one really good communicator, helps, and then is also no doubt. Like I don't doubt anything. Like I believe in everything.
Yeah.
Well,
I was thinking, that I mean that works too. But I was thinking like, you know, is my business going to be the theme of my life, or is my health going to be like the theme of my life?
Oh, for like 2024.
Yeah, for 2024. Like, what am I going to prioritize? Career.
Yeah.
Cool. So now everything that you do should support that. Yeah. Right. So if there's ever a time that's like, hey, I need to like get this like application in, but we're like, hey, like you want to go outside, your application's due. Yeah. You're probably gonna choose your application. Yeah. That's gonna support where you want to go, like your career. Yeah. So think about that, and then we think about our quarter, like thinking quarters now. So these are just like little acronym, like just shorthands for 5 parts of business. So every quarter you want to do just do a review of that quarter of how well is your lead generation, your lead nurture, your conversion, your delivery, your retention. Want to figure that out. What's your weakest point? And now we figure out monthly projects to go ahead and fix that part of the business, right? And then we figure out so those are like the months, and then we break it down to what are we going to do throughout the week, and then what are we going to do every day or on that day to support the week, to support the right? So here are my 2024 themes for business and life. Consistent monthly recurring revenue and profit, low expenses. I care more about steady growth rather than like explosive, no pressure sales. I'm focused on getting quality clients versus just getting a bunch of clients, and then balanced work, music, personal life as well. Yeah, and I wrote here, Hang is helping the client, not me. So, you know, people have a lot of thoughts that are like, oh, like, what if I create a course and then someone takes it and like steals the information and gives it out to everyone for free, right? You understand, like, or like one course is really good. Like if you have a really good course and it's helping people, like I would just give it out for free. Yeah. Right. But what I am giving, again, if we would go back to that lesson of the investing in yourself as the gift, me having that pay, like me getting them to pay is giving them that sense of courage that they need.
Mm.
Right? It's giving them the opportunity to invest in themselves, pay this money, and see if they can accomplish it.
Yeah.
Like that's the gift. So paying the client, if you understand that paying the client or paying you is helping the client, not yourself, like what's better than getting the money is giving them that
Well,
courage
it's
opportunity.
you. It's you. Like you are the prize.
Yeah.
Because you're the person that's holding them accountable. You know.
Well,
They
what do you mean? What do you mean by you are the prize?
Because the way I say it, let's say they give you away your product, right, for free to someone. It wouldn't have as much impact on the person that would be receiving it because they don't have you necessarily. They don't have someone that's actively like pushing them. That's someone that's in your program.
Oh yeah, exactly. They have that connection with you.
Yeah, that's why
which helps,
like you are the prize.
Yeah.
As well.
So yeah, this is just another thought. And then we had like a leadership panel of like some other coaches there, like that are in the program. They're just talking about like the ones that are like kind of like higher level. So lesson, follow my intuition, make sure systems are clear and dialed in, let go of others' expectations. Level of commitment is reflected to our clients. Well, our hearts helps us be willing to put in the work. That's like, I think that was like a big key I got from this. Is that like your emotion and your energy that you put, like your belief, right? Your belief and your conviction in like why you do this and that energy you put in, that's gonna help you be willing to put in the work necessary, right? Because anyone can just do the work, but it gets hard.
Yeah.
Right? Can you last that long? Can you keep going when it gets tough? Like your belief and your conviction in what you provide and like your passion and your love for it, like that's what drives you to keep going when you're trying to get to the next level.
Yeah. I think when you can get truly emotional about what you're doing, because that was me like on my first like creative block, and then I left portfolio or whatever. Like I was bawling. I was so upset. I never had that with anything. That's how and then my mom, she told me, she's like, I told you, right? She's like, maybe this just isn't for you.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's a good question.
I was like, no, I can't believe you said that to me. Like I got really mad. I gave her a face and I was like, I cannot believe you said that. Like, no, I know this is wrong. Prove it. And I was like, okay.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. And then you can have all the systems, but it won't work if you don't have a heart. May have worked in the past, but the reason why you're not growing is because you changed and now your messaging is not aligned with who you are now. Right. And then we did mastermind. So we pretty much went to like small groups, talked about each other's problems, and like figured out how to solve it. It's like really good because like these people are high level thinkers. So it's like power meets power. Like they get you. Yeah. It's like when we're talking about like creative stuff, it's like that. But just imagine a bunch of us. Yeah. So we're talking about like different data scraping tools, offering free trainings to like get more leads, and then I think it's like engaging with inside other communities and like providing value in other communities and stuff like that. We're at the end, and these were the lessons, the big lessons I was sharing with my clients. So you are limited by your belief, or like how far you get is really based on your belief, and that's proven through like the most successful people. Like we just believe. And then I put here, it starts in the heart. Really, like it starts in the heart, like, but really like the energy you put in, your emotion. And then quote here again: you do not get burned out by the hours you work, but by the core emotion, energy, fueling the work as well. And then your income defined by the level of leadership that you have. Right. That's what I observed.
That's what it was. It was to be a leader. Next year. To be a leader.
Leader next year.
Yeah. As a like creative is to be a leader. That's what I wanna be, as a leader, and like like what.
Like, 'cause you're kinda like
actions-
follower right
yeah,
now, you're-
what actions. That's what I was saying to myself in the shower today, like I need to be a leader.
Yeah,
A good leader is someone that like.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
able to-
that starts with you,
that
that starts with
upgrades
you.
people,
And you gotta lead yourself.
Mm.
But yeah, that one's a big observation because like like going through that leader, like just being able to listen to that leadership panel and talking to everyone at different income levels, like you really feel type of leader they are, just their energy when they speak to you.
Yeah.
Um, like you talk to someone and then you figure out how much they made, and you're like, that makes sense. Like I met, yeah, let me show you the pictures. Here's my picture with Dan. Right. And then here's a picture. Like I've been in this coaching program since like 2020, end of 2020. So it's been like 3 years.
Yeah.
And these people
this
were
the
like the
first time
OGs.
You
And
met them?
this is the first time we've all met each other. Right. So he's making like 60, 70K a month.
Okay.
And then he is making like almost like 250K a
wow.
month. Yeah, like but it's like the business.
No,
The
yeah,
business.
yeah.
Yeah. And then I don't know what you but he's like he used to work for Dan. And
No,
he's
doing
cool.
his own thing.
Yeah, he's doing his own thing now. He's like a copywriter now.
Okay.
But yeah, he's 25. So we were like chatting a lot. And then she's I don't know how old she is, but she's doing like coaching people on how to investment portfolio and stuff like that.
Oh, that's
like
cool.
like pretty much like they'll
Like
take
what to
they'll
put
teach
your
you how to
money
make
into.
they'll teach you how to take 10K
Make it.
and make it make 10K a month for you within like 8 or 10 months or something like that. And then they showed me like it makes sense. Like once it's a strategic like planning out your portfolio. It's like because the mistake that a lot of people make in investing is just like they're very willy-nilly about it. Like, oh, just put my money here. But like, no, if you actually like take the time and think about it, put your money here, it'll make way more sense.
Yeah. How much do those people like
Charge?
Yeah, charge. I would definitely at some point in my life would want to.
It's probably a lot. Maybe like it might be like 3K or something like that. I don't know.
I think it's worth it though.
No, it is worth it.
30K.
No, it is worth it. That's the thing. It's like the people who are willing to pay that are and believe in themselves. Yeah, understand the value. Then they'll get the value. But yeah, I was like, I definitely want to talk to you more. And like, she's very sweet. She's like, you have to go to New Zealand so we can ski together.
Oh, she's in New Zealand.
She's in New Zealand.
Ooh, she's living.
But she no, I had like a lunchtime conversation with her, and she's like very sweet. So she's like known me like through the screen. And so we're just like sharing each other's story, and then I was like, so are you always like skiing? And she's like, yeah, like I go from winter to winter to winter to winter. Yeah, and she's like, so I was asking her, I was like, so someone at your level of your like, someone at your level when you know you're set with the money, the business is already doing really well. Like she barely has any like real problems with the business. It's just like how far can we take it more. She is doing everything that she loves. I'm like, what is there next to do? And she was like, at that point, it just pretty much comes like, how many people can I help now? Like when you don't really need anything, it's like it really just becomes how many people can I help? Like I want to see how many people. And if it's either out of curiosity or generosity, like it doesn't really matter if you can help people. But then and then we're talking about like at that point, it's pretty much testing your limit.
I feel like
pushing that back.
See how you break that threshold of like you're forcing yourself to just become what you like set yourself out to be.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's because that belief is just so high that again we like there's nothing you can't do at that point because
it's just like what random thing is gonna come up to stop me.
Yeah, and the moment like on the first day, the moment I finally met this is the second time I met my coach. But he's in a much better place in his life now than he was before. And he's pretty much saying like like I see the world differently, and I know that from people. Like I compare it to my wife, and she's like thinking like a normal person, but I don't think he said normal, but like he's thinking
Like an average.
like the average, like the way that we
Yeah, the
think.
mental, yeah.
And then he's like, I'm always just so happy. Like I have no intrusive thoughts. Like I'm just like in bliss every place I go. And like
Wow.
I'm like, yeah, like
Yeah,
you're
at that
you're
transcendent.
yeah. But I get it because
Yeah.
at that level, like that's
You,
like,
when
when
you
you
hit everything you
Yeah.
set yourself out to be.
no, yeah. But the lesson, the biggest like unique part about him and his story is that like he he made all his money and like still like his health was like he still wasn't happy. Something was wrong. So pretty much like what he did is that he had to go back and resolve like lots of trauma for himself internally
Yeah.
and release that energy block from him in order to get to that next level.
Yeah.
And that's where he is.
You go like therapy or something?
No, like he had like hard conversations with family and stuff.
Oh, he just like brought it up finally.
Yeah. Finally like resolve the root cause. It's almost like if therapist told you to do something like, hey, you need to talk, you need to find closure with this person.
Yeah.
Kind of that. But yeah, that was the key to getting to the next income level. And yeah, that expands his beliefs. So now he only has like a team of like pretty much himself. He's like the only coach. But he's making like maybe like no, way more. Like
A month or
maybe like
year?
around 250-300K a month. But also like he has a lot of like the group clients, but then also one-on-one clients, and then he also does like he also includes like bigger stuff like paid speaking gigs, or like or if another coach wants to like work with him like on a closer level, he's gonna like charge more.
Yeah.
Or if someone's like asking him for like a special thing, they'll be like, hey, I just want you to speak, or I just want to have a call with you for like an hour, and it's like this much.
Yeah. Yeah, for a conversation. Yeah. Great. He's reached Rick Rubin status. Guru.
Guru. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, it's like the right type of guru.
Yeah. It's funny though. It's like I know my wife thinks normal, and I don't think normal.
Well, it's because like it's not like he doesn't know what that feels like, right?
No,
but
he
it's
does.
just like
it's
just like he's gotten past that where it's just like
he's addressed.
He's addressed all the pain that was like in him that there doesn't need to be in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I learned. What are your takeaways?
Talk to my parents. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do.